I'm so optimistic about the session that I'm pulling out doubles of all of my dice because I think there's going to be a crit.
Are we even gonna fight anything?
I don't know. I'm gonna crit a crafting check or something.
2d20 on a crafting check. I like it.
Breaking necks and critting checks. That's what we're doing.
Now, what is Mitch working on right now, crafting wise? Since he made the bone armor,
so he's trying to. He's using his I can't even speak. He's using his inventor feat to try and learn a formula for a couple gadgets. And I'll tell you about them if I get them. Yeah.
More of this inventor chicanery.
Yep. Yeah. Which you'll hate.
Gotcha.
Can you make caltrops?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I fucking hate caltrops. They're banned from the game.
Come on, man.
They have not been invented in this.
Until one of your monsters gets them, then it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, if my monster gets them and I get to use them, that's fine. I guess we could talk about the controversy that we had with caltrops once, because I just think it's an interesting story, and I'm curious what maybe other people might think about this. So I had an ogre. He was large sized. This was in the Troubles in Otari module that I ran with most of these guys. And who used the caltrops? Did I use the caltrops, or
no?
Was
it
Brad?
My alchemist used them. Yeah,
of course it was Brad.
Crystal shard.
Yeah, it was a caltrop bomb or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the fucking crystal shard bomb. Yeah. Thanks, Advanced Player's Guide.
It's so awesome.
It was awesome.
So, like, I can't remember now how caltrops work, but I guess for every caltrop you step on, you got to make it a reflex save, and if you fail to save, you get, a persistent bleed or something. So I'm sitting here going, well, that's not fair. My guy's big. So when he steps forward, he's going to step on 2 caltrops. He's got to make 2 reflex saves. So I came up with the idea that a caltrop must be half as severe for a large-sized creature.
He just sweeps him out of the way. All of them
out
of the way.
Yeah, there was no damage. He just stepped on him and kept going.
Like, you took damage once, you're like, now we're done with that. Take away.
Mike bending the rules again.
It's funny how we remember these things differently from each other. Because
isn't that funny?
It's probably recorded, Mike, if you want to go back and we can take a listen to that episode.
He's got the Nerf caltrop feet. Look at that. This monster's immune to these.
Oh, man. Anyway, so yeah, they're banned, Brad, so don't make those. No, they're not banned. You can use them, but I don't know. My guys just might sweep them out of the way. Holy shit, we made it to episode 10. Nobody thought we would make it this far, myself included. Congratulations, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause for episode 10.
Yay. Yeah.
You guys are still level 1, as we noted, off the air.
I'm screenshotting this, and I'm going to print it and put it on my mom's refrigerator.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You stole it through mom? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Okay.
It's a tough room.
Do you guys want to get some experience points for the fight at the bandit camp? Please. I've taken a look at the table 810 from the core rulebook, and I've determined that this is a 60 experience point endeavor that you guys got. So where are you at now, experience points wise?
865.
Yeah, 865.
865.
Wow. Okay. Well,
that was only 60 experience points.
All that work we did. Brad and I hit a crit. We should get like 10 points a crit.
Yeah.
We snuck into the camp. We snuck out of the camp.
I'll give you 5 more.
Walked into the camp.
Oh, that's true. You did some sneaking.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I like this. I like the discussion, because the fact of the matter is I can't really remember how that all went down. Okay. Yeah, so I'll give you 10 points for the sneaking. Sure. So make it 70. Make it 75. 75. That's my final.
All right.
It's your final offer.
That's my final. And man, you guys went in there like a strike team. There were multiple one-shots. There were arrows to the forehead. Mitch activated his suit and broke his bow, snapped the string as the arrow let loose.
That was so awesome. I'm a huge fan of Critical Overdrive.
Yeah, that was a long shot, too. That was...
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have the same bow I do? So you're at 100 yards?
Yes.
I think he's got a composite.
It's a composite.
He gets a little
long
strength
bow.
damage.
So yeah, I get the strength bonus on there too. And I think I last episode made an error in speech and said it was 120, but it's only 100. And it was, I remeasured. That guy still was within range. I think he was on 95 feet away. But yeah, it was a long shot.
Oh, okay. Well, good. And yeah, you have a survivor from the camp, this bandit named Mabel. I think Dry Colmay put an arrow through her calf as she was running away, and you guys tied her up and interrogated her. And she gave up a couple different things. She gave you the passcode to get into the Stag Lord's fort, and she gave you the location of the Stag Lord's fort. Let's hop over to the Stolen Lands map. I want to show you where she told you the fort was. I'm just going to give you a little ping here. It's right here. Down south.
We should jump in the whip and go.
It's
4
not
or
too
5
far
days
away.
ride south.
Yeah.
There's this huge river. I'm sorry. Well, there's a huge river. There's a huge lake down in the Tuskwater region. This is even south of the Greenbelt. It's a beautiful lake, and the fort appears to be on the northern shore of this huge lake. A few days ride south of you guys. So, yeah, you know what, guys? I think you're ready. I think you guys should go to the Stag Lord's fort
I think I'm ready.
right now.
I think we need to go. We need to camp tonight and go resupply at the trading post, and then go back down.
I say we
That's
go
my-
farm the Stag Lord's mobs around his camp for gold and silk cloth.
Here's
level
my
2.
thought. Like, we've got to go 2 hexes north to get to the Oleg's trading post.
Yeah.
So that's 2 days.
That's a couple times to have some really shitty camping rolls and get some random encounters and get leveled off that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what, guys? I'm for it. I like the plan. I like where our heads are at tonight. Yeah. Why don't we, I think what you guys said you were going to do, and thank you, Chris, for reminding me of this again. I think you're going to camp at the bandit camp tonight.
Yes.
Sleep here and then get up in the morning. And I think the plan was to head back to Oleg's. Is that still what you guys are thinking?
Yes, because we've got Mabel. We need to
Oh yeah, that's a good.
do
point.
something with her.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I went to my local-
we could use her as a hostage to get in the base.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sure.
I mean,
That sounds great.
I don't know what everyone's alignment is.
I went to my local tabletop games con in where I live, which is Wichita, Kansas. There's one called Tsunami Con that comes through every year. And in fact, this is the first year it's been back in person. Went online for 2 years because of the sickness that
Shall not be named.
yeah, the illness. And I spent some money, which I'm prone to do. And the one thing that I bought was this. I don't know if you guys can see it here. This dice here. It's a D6, and every face of the dice has a different weather sign on it. Oh. So I'm gonna roll it to
I see where this is going.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to roll it to see what happens weather-wise whilst you sleep in this bandit camp. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. Okay, cue the ambience. So you guys are cold, you're wet, you feel like crap. Mabel's over there shivering in the cold. You got some tents and stuff, though. What is the general vibe of the characters as you guys are settling for the night after straight up murdering a bunch of people?
Dry is
Not dry.
Not dry.
not dry.
Dry is wet.
Wet. Dry's wet. The adrenaline is dumping, so he's worn out. He's had a big day. He had a big day.
He was pretty jittery the whole day too. Like he was like all.
Yeah, he snuck into the camp and his adrenaline was gone. So he's in like one of those wood lean-tos, soaking wet. Didn't eat anything. He just crawled in and tried to get some sleep, and then I guess the skies opened up. So he's miserable.
Yeah, I think Mitch is kind of right in the same area. The whole camping thing is still. It's at the point now where it's just obnoxious and really getting old, and he's done with it. And now he's, I think, in the same condition, like kind of adrenaline's worn off and muscles are sore, and he's soaking wet in his armor, which is not fun. It smells really bad right now.
Yeah, and Bashka's antsy. The rain being wet doesn't bother him. He actually kind of prefers that, but he's antsy. He understands that we have to go north. We need to go back to Oleg's. We need to resupply. We need to get ready, but he is itching to get down to, this is who he's been looking for. This is the whole reason he came out here. So he's antsy. He's ready to go. He's still pretty hyped up.
And Sirio.
So kind of have a different take on the storm. Kind of looking really straight up at the sky, kind of knocking out the sky, if you will, and seeing what happens and listening.
Is there a watch order tonight?
Yeah.
What is the watch order? No reason.
I guess, I don't know. Who wants to take
I'll
first
go
watch?
first.
Bash and Dundee will go first, if that's okay. Unless Siri
I'll go
wants to.
second.
I'll go last.
I'll take the mid shift with Hoot.
Well, and I guess really last would be Amiri,
Amiri,
who's
yeah.
with you
Yeah.
guys.
Yep.
Okay. Sirio. Make a perception check.
I see all. 16.
Okay.
50 fucking monkeys.
Rain out of the storm. Yep.
Okay. So you're sitting here, you're, people are sleeping all around you, huddled in their, sleeping bags or whatever the Galarian equivalent is. Maybe there's, I guess you guys are probably sitting in the trolley, though, for the most part. Probably keeps you dry. But you're not. You're sitting outside in the rain, as you described. You're looking up at the thunder and the lightning and the rain coming down on you. I guess you're really roughing it for the first time a little bit. And it kind of sounds like Sierra is a little bit
Oh,
exhilarated.
yeah, it's a new thing.
And so, I mean, that kind of, to me, that means that, you're sitting here kind of in your feelings right now a little bit, but you're also alert. You're not like falling asleep in the middle of the night in this thunderstorm. Yellow eyes around the perimeter of the camp slowly appear. You see them blinking here and there. They look kind of like goblins, but smaller and with bluish skin instead of greenish skin. And you see this bluish skin because the lightning, comes in, this big crack of lightning, and it illuminates the camp, and you see that there's like 10 of these guys kind of standing sort of around a little bit in the jumble, some of them off to the side, some of them, they're kind of, again, they're not all the way around the perimeter of the camp, but they've maybe come to like the southeastern portion of the camp. And they don't seem to be coming in. They just are standing around. They don't seem to be reacting to you specifically. What do you do?
How tall are these things?
3 feet.
Okay, so they're not as big as
They're small.
like a human. They're just kind of...
No,
pretty short.
they're even smaller than like a goblin or a halfling or something. They are small little things.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, I guess, just pick the one closest to me and see if I can do a perception check on it to determine what it is, or if I've seen or read or heard about this thing before.
Oh, sure. Or like a nature
yeah, I guess
check
a
or
nature
something.
check.
Okay.
Ooh, 12.
I mean, it's not an awful roll. It's a little below the DC. I will tell you this: they're not goblins, as I've already alluded to. You're just not sure, but they do seem to be. Are they sort of? Are they intelligent, or are they just more like creatures? They look like they're wearing kind of primitive clothing. They've got weapons and stuff. But yeah, they're just sort of looking around. They're not approaching. They're just inspecting. And you think to yourself, oh, maybe they're looking at the steam trolley. Like they're not sure what that is, and they're not approaching for some reason.
I don't know what they are, but I feel that I should probably wake up some people and tell them what's going on.
So you were, like, I picture maybe sitting around where the campfire would have been had it been lit, like on a log or something at the central camp. Is that
Yeah,
is
kind
that
of in the
accurate?
middle of the whole space.
Sure, and I suppose you probably pulled the steam trolley up closer. When you stand up to walk toward the steam trolley and the others, they poof. They just run off into the night. They're gone. And they head to the southeast.
I'm kind of questioning myself if what I saw was a real thing, or if it may have been something I imagined while, talking with this guy.
Sure. Well, I don't know. You want to roll something?
I guess,
or do you
yeah.
want me to roll
What would
something
that be?
secretly for you?
Oh, yeah,
Do you want me
do a
to-
secret roll.
Okay. I'm going to roll a secret perception check for you to kind of check yourself. What is your perception modifier?
+6.
You're completely sure you're not dreaming. You're 100% sure.
Yeah, so I continue to wake everyone up and tell them what I saw.
Yeah, you're describing these creatures to the others. Anyone else, based on his description, could attempt a nature check with some kind of penalty, since you're playing a game of telephone, basically.
I'll take one.
Yeah, Bash rolled a total of 25 minus whatever penalty you want to give.
Holy shit. That's a big
Good for
roll.
him, because I didn't. I rolled an 8.
Mitchell thinks they're chipmunks.
They're not frost giants. We know that.
Not frost giants. Too short.
Bash, I don't know if your frill goes up or what, but you go mitflits. Mitflits, also known as mites, are self-loathing and pitiful cowards, easily bullied into servitude by other creatures or even slightly more powerful mitflit leaders. They tame insects, spiders, and other such creatures to serve as faithful allies. Mitflits have lost most of their ancestral gremlin magic, leaving these incomplete beings full of doubt and insecurity. Mitflits tend to find companionship in the other base creatures of the world, and they forge bonds of friendship with vermin and only other beings that seem willing to accept them. A social structure, even one in which they are bullied, partially fills the hull within Mitflits' personalities, and they rarely rebel or rail out against their rage hits a breaking point. A Mitflit is a subclass of a gremlin. These little creatures are evil little pieces of crap. Bashk, that's what you know about Mitflits. But they're also deeply flawed.
So I think, Bashk says these things they're gross, they're nasty. If they're around us, we should definitely keep our guard up.
So I just had a gremlin encounter.
You just had a gremlin encounter.
I kind of, it's unnerving. Are they fey or are they?
They are fey.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, they are fey. For those of you that don't know about Fae. Fae come from the first world, another plane of existence. Oh my God, I'm starting to explain this without really knowing enough about it, and someone's going to call me out on the internet, so maybe I'll just stop. But yeah, they're from another plane of existence. They're from the first world, it's called.
And when they're not
just saying that,
and when they're not friendly, they're huge pains in the ass.
Huge pains in the ass. Gnomes come from the first world. They are Fae as well. Just FYI.
So since Bash sounds so knowledgeable on these, Mitch is going to ask him, can we scare him away? Can we put up more torches? Go and just kill one of them so the rest of them fear us? What do we do here?
Yeah. Bashk would know that they do have a weakness to cold iron. They have weakness cold iron 2, so using a weapon made out of cold iron on them would do 2 bonus damage. But yeah, they do have a little bit of spellcasting ability, some maybe more than others. But for the most part, these are vengeful, angry little beasts. And, they seem to have approached this camp and left.
Did we say they usually work in the service of someone else?
They often can. Yeah, they often can.
And does Sirio know how many sets of eyeballs? Did he get a rough count?
10.
Yeah, I saw 10 sets.
10, 11, possibly even 12.
And they were looking at Mitchell's Steam drawing.
Maybe like Jawas, they were going to strip it.
Well, morning comes. Let's see if it's still raining. Come on, dice. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, it's the sun has come out. It's beautiful morning, sloshy everywhere, a bunch of water. The drainage isn't so good here in the forest. I don't know. Is that a real thing? I just made that up. What do you do?
Can Bash roll a survival check? Does he see any other footprints besides these little gremlin creatures out in the rain and the mud?
Footprints in addition to the Mitflits?
In addition to, I rolled a 13.
No, but I mean, you see... you certainly see where the Mitflits were, and you see the track. You see the tracks of them veering off to the southeast, as Sirio described.
Oh, you did say what direction they went. Okay, that was the other thing I was checking. So yeah,
I say we just get back, keep heading north, and keep a watch, knowing that these things might be following us.
Yeah, you'll take that travel activity then to travel 1 hex into that day's travel will put you halfway between the bandit camp and Oleg's trading post.
Did we want to? I'm sorry. Did we reconnoiter the previous hex that we were in the bandit camp?
You have not.
We did not. We were making a straight run.
Okay.
You have not reconnoitered the bandit camp, although I can give it to you on the map now since you've been there. You have not reconnoitered the hex apart from the bandit camp, and you have not reconnoitered the hex in between the bandit camp hex and Oleg's hex.
Yeah. I wanted to say the word properly once too. So we can, I felt left out. Yeah, no, I'm good moving back. I didn't know if we had done it or not, or if we were planning on it, but let's
I think we can reconnoiter when we come back down.
That makes sense.
Heading to the Stag Lord area.
Any camping shenaniganry you want to do tonight, or should we hand wave it?
Well, I think just before the watch is set, I guess to the south, on anything that looks like it might be a pathway, I like to kind of put something hidden on the ground.
You want to lay a trap?
Yep.
Tell me about this. Well, you've got traps?
I do. I have one on me. It is a...
it's a caltrop
It's an
trap.
explosive mine, lesser.
Oh, well, that sounds
I'm
worse.
sorry, you have
What?
landmines?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Inventor.
This is awesome.
Wait, you're just gonna leave a landmine laying in the woods for anybody just to wander over?
Just to the south, unless I'll tell you, hey guys, don't walk on that path.
You better take it with you when you leave.
Yeah.
If you take
Well,
over
that's
this
the-
area,
so
you're
that's
gonna
kind of
be
my idea. Is
They're indiscriminate. You can't just
I'm
leave
going to
it.
bury it overnight, and I want to see if we can get one of these little misfits or whatever to...
You want to frag a mitflit?
Yep.
Is that the right word? Frag?
Yep.
Well, yeah, it'll work.
Okay, good. That's all of it. Okay. Well, look. So take me through where the landmine came from, though. Is this a inventor class feature or something?
No, this is just a gadget, and I would have picked... it was in my inventory before when I created my character, I had 3 gold to spend, and I was looking through the gadgets, and I was like, I kind of want that.
Wow.
I'm gonna get it.
I mean, I'm picturing, like, you guys are all sitting around. Like, Mitch stands up without saying anything and just goes, starts burying a landmine.
Don't stand there.
near the
Don't
camp.
walk.
Hey guys,
there.
don't walk over here. That's awesome.
Wow. Okay. Well, fair enough. Can you take the landmine with you and reuse it if nobody steps on
I'm
it?
looking at that now to see if you can.
Okay.
If not, I'll just throw a rock at it when we leave.
Goosh. Okay. Yeah, the night passes uneventfully. We don't really need to think much about the camping here, but let's... Brad, let me know after the episode whether you wasted your claymore.
Yep.
You begin traveling the next day, and by about noon or 1 o'clock, you arrive back at Oleg's. I'm going to take you to the map. You want to go into the Oleg's map?
Sure.
Heck
The
yeah.
corpses have been cleaned up. Haps Biden
good.
and his 3 bandits, stag bandits are all cleaned up. Their bodies have been buried, because, gosh, it's been like 4 days, I think, since you've been here. And as you walk through the gates back into Oleg's, there are a couple new people here. First of all, Lindsay the Bard seems to be talking to 3 human guards that now are standing here at Oleg's. Meanwhile, at the familiar picnic table where you met with Oleg and Svetlana last time, Oleg and Svetlana now seem to be talking to this armored man who looks like either some sort of fighter or champion or something, and there's sort of an earnest discussion at the picnic table. And as you walk through the gates, Oleg and Svetlana greet you warmly. They wave you in. They invite you over to the table. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk up to the armored guy, stick my hand out, and introduce myself.
Yeah, so Dry Colmay approaches this guy at the picnic table across from Oleg and Svetlana, sticks his hand out to introduce himself, and the armored man replies, Oh, hey guys, my name's Kesten. Nice to meet you.
Oh God, really?
Nope, that's perfect. Don't change a thing.
Sounds real familiar.
I like it.
So that voice is in a dude who's in a full, kit of armor.
That's
It's awesome.
What is it? You got a problem?
yeah.
I mean, I think, I can imagine like Dre like being taken a double take like after that
What
voice.
the fuck?
What?
You're a fucking muppet.
What's wrong? Is there something on my face?
Is he a poppet? Sounds like
He's
a
just
poppet.
man. He looks good. He kind of looks like MacGyver a little bit, doesn't he? Give a little,
He does, yeah.
kind of a little MacGyver vibe. I think I got some art for this guy. This is Kesten Garess, and he tells you, he's just, well met. Are you the 4 that took down the bandits? Oh, good, pleasure.
Yep.
I wish we'd been here to help.
Who are we? Who are you?
Oh, me and Bob, Rob, and Todd over there, my 3 guard friends. What?
Are they related?
No.
Bob, Rob, and Todd.
Yeah, Bob.
Nice.
Bob, Rob, and Todd.
writing
No,
that
look, I suppose you might have some questions. No, we're here on assignment from Governor Selmias. We asked to come here and secure this trade post, but you already did it for us.
Governor who?
You know, Selmias.
Do I know who that is?
Parentheses, the guy that was at the dinner that you were at in the first episode.
Did we make fun of him by chance?
I don't.
Oh,
I
he
don't,
was
I don't
sitting up
rightly
on the
know.
left-hand side, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's the guy that he and
Yosef
Selmias. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
Kesten tells you, Yosef dispatched me and these 3 guards here to hold this fort.
Wow.
Well, you can go back and tell Yosef that we've got it under control.
Well, no, we'll take the help, absolutely, but you're working for us.
Oh, pardon?
This is our territory. He taps the posted sign with our thing.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you got one of them charters. Well, now, let me tell you, this might be your territory someday if you can secure it. I don't know. This looks too secure to me.
I don't like this guy.
Is he talking shit?
Did you see the bodies of the bandits that were...
Oh, I sure did. No, I mean, you guys are good. What Kesten, I think, is trying to say is that there's no kingdom that's been found. I mean, you guys are putting some points on the board, but this is still the stolen lands, at least right now. You know what I'm saying?
So is he trying to? So what I'm trying to get at is he trying to come down here and muscle in on our territory?
Oh,
He doesn't have a charter, does he?
Yeah, Kesten doesn't have a charter. All right. He doesn't have any authority behind him. He's more kind of hired muscle. And in fact, Svetlana would tell you, this is who we were originally waiting on. This has taken, weeks and weeks for these guys to get here. And these were going to be originally the guys that were going to help secure this fort. But now they're here, and their assignment is to stay here. And you look over, and Kesten is kind of making himself at home. He and Rob,
Rob, and Todd.
Bob, Rob, and Todd have they've set up some tents over here south of the stables where they're sleeping. So they appear to be kind of living here.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I mean,
nice
I'm
to
fine with
meet
that,
you. Dry's going to ask if they're going to be here for a while.
Oh, we're supposed to stay here until we get further orders.
That frees us up to go on a little excursion south.
It does. And Bash is going to introduce himself like this. He's going to grab Mabel by kind of the collar of her cloak or whatever, and walk her over to, is that Kesten? Is that his name?
Yeah, Kesten Garess.
To Kesten, and he's going to look at Mabel, and he's going to ask Mabel, are you repentant for your banditry?
Mabel says, I'm whatever you want me to be.
All right. So he's going to hand her over to Kesten and say, and don't make it weird. And he's going to hand her over to Kesten and say, she's unrepentant. So no sword or rope is needed for this one, but keep an eye on her, please.
Oh, you took one alive. Interesting. Is this one of the Stag Lord's bandits?
We seem to think so.
Indeed.
She says she is.
She got one of those chains?
She did. She had a pendant.
Boy, I'll tell you, that guy he's been busy last few years. I'll tell you that. He's got a whole network he's set up here in the Stolen Lands.
Oh, what else do you know about him?
Well, not much. In fact, let me roll a d20 to determine what I might know.
And just kind of like for the listeners, Hoot is having a nice little seat on the bench.
He's there.
He's kind of hovering.
Yeah.
Kesten goes, the fuck is that?
Touch my bird.
Shit.
Don't
It's
touch
an
my
owl.
bird.
Kesten can pretty much confirm a lot of what you've already been told. He didn't know where the fort was or anything, the Stag Lord's location, but he knows that the Stag Lord is just sort of this larger than life figure. He's rumored to be 7.5 feet tall, just hugely built, just beast of a guy who again wears this just super scary helmet that he fashioned this attached stag horns to. So when you see him, he's just this gigantic, boss basically. And he rules this area with an iron fist. This is his territory.
So Bash nods and says, I appreciate it, but we're going to murder him. And just kind of walks back towards the doors.
Kesten looks at the others. He's like, "What? I hope you do. He takes possession of Mabel and will hold her here, and he'll write back to Rostov, and to get instructions on what's to be done with Mabel the bandit. So she's placed like in this cart over here or something, and she's just bound and gagged, and well, she's not gagged, but she's bound, and she's taken care of, so you don't have to worry about her anymore. Svetlana, meanwhile, looks at you guys, as you've rolled in, and she's like, I guess we've done a little bit of this out of order, because I suppose Oleg and Svetlana probably would have wanted to know what happened at the bandit camp. And Kesten goes, "Oh, wait, you went to a camp? What happened?"
Okay, so kind of, I think it was episode 7. Didn't Svetlana say that she was missing her wedding ring or something? Did we recover that?
She did, and you're right. I don't know that we got that.
I don't think we
loop.
picked that up while we were there.
Okay.
No. And in fact, after you take them through what you did at the camp, Svetlana will ask you, "Did you find my ring?
No, I don't think we did.
Did they have it?"
There were some earrings, but we didn't find a ring.
So I think we can ask who did you give the ring to? Was it the woman bandit that you talked about? Not Mabel that we brought back, but there was a leader there. But was there someone else?
The sickle wielding.
Yeah,
the sickle wielder was the one that took the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't find it on her.
Maybe she gave it as tribute to the Stag Lord.
Maybe drag Mabel over. Like, did we ask her about the ring?
I don't think we did. We can. You're seeing arrows fly through people's heads. The last thing you think is, "Hey, where's that wedding ring?"
We don't have like a quest log or anything.
Quest log. You guys want a quest log? Mabel sort of looks sort of agog at the question a little bit, and she's just like, "What?"
I'll shake her shoulders. Answer the question.
Where is it? Where's the ring? She thinks for a moment, and it dawns on her, and she goes, "Our camp had been hit a little bit from time to time by other creatures. Those little blue guys."
Oh, fuck.
Don't worry, Brad. Set a trap for him.
So Bash goes, sorry, Svetlana, your ring's gone because we're not going to mess with them, Faye. So it's just gone. Let it go. Maybe Igor, whatever your husband, it doesn't matter what his husband's name is. Oleg. Maybe Oleg. Okay, fine.
Igor.
Maybe Igor, Oleg.
Oleg is a very famous NPC, and he's...
I apologize for all the Oleg fans out there that I've offended.
Back that direction anyway, so maybe if it's not too far out of the way, if we run across them.
Our primary thing is to take out the Stag Lord, so I'm not going to go out of my way to hunt down a wedding ring. I'm sure it's got sentimental value, but
it's probably a +1 ring of defense.
You can get a new one. Like, if we come across it, we'll let you know. But
did you tell Svetlana you can get a new one? Did I just hear that?
They may.
If you really want to,
I'm sure there's a jeweler somewhere in the Stolen Lands or Rostov that can make you one. I mean, Oleg, where'd you get the original one?
Mitch likes these folks, and he will volunteer to craft them.
You're going to craft a ring?
in our downtime. I like
you
these
solving
too.
conflicts.
Interesting. Kesten, for his part, is like, did you say midflits? That's interesting. I mean, all kinds of weird stuff going on here lately in this region.
Hey, Kesten, have you been to the Stolen Lands before? You seem shocked by everything we're telling you.
Well, yeah.
You're very shocked by everything.
That just might be my voice.
He's like, I didn't know that guy's name was Oleg either. I learned that too.
I thought that his name was Lego. Thank you for laughing at that. I don't know why I said that, but it was funny to me too. He is new to the Stolen Lands. I mean, he's sort of on his, first assignment down into this wilderness too. But the reason Kesten's like, the reason I brought it up is because we've been hearing reports of issues with kobolds as well, sort of down in that same region. Something's whipping these creatures up, and it's a weird omen. And then he gestures over to this wanted board that he has put up in Oleg's trading post. And he's like, "Look, I put up a thing. We got funding," and it says "wanted kobolds." And
is there a picture of a kobold with like a number and like the side profile, like an actual wanted poster?
Yes,
How much is the reward?
We've been authorized to reward 40 gold for taking care of this cobalt threat. No in total, Mr. Colmay.
I was like, I'm going farming.
So, like, are they causing trouble? Are they just doing what kobolds do, or are they like attacking people?
Yes, the reports are they're attacking people, and they seem to be presenting another challenge to peaceful folk out here aside from the bandits.
Where was the last attack? No one.
Oh, I don't know.
Thanks.
That's helpful.
Thanks, buddy.
God,
Yeah,
this
so
is great.
so Bashda, we say you keep hearing. Who's reporting these things? Are there other small settlements like this trade post that we should be aware of and maybe check out? Like, who's reporting these things?
Yeah, no, that's a good question, sir. There,
It's on the wanted board.
it's on the wanted board. No,
It's in the script.
the fact of the matter is there are hunters and poachers that around these parts often. Peaceful folk just wanting to, harvest from the land and bring it back into civilization. They've been having all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, and I'm also going to play the druid card here and say, have you ever thought that these peaceful animals are just protecting their environment that we're encroaching on? Have you ever thought that we're the bad guys, Kesten?
Well, look. Now, I don't know. I don't know enough about kobolds to know whether they have any claim legitimate to this land or not. I don't know. But what I do know is that they ain't acting peaceful, and that's a problem.
And Bash goes, nah, I'm giving you shit. Kobolds are terrible. We should kill them all.
Oh, good. He relaxes. He's just like, oh, thank God, he says. Now, apparently there's a whole mess of kobolds somewhere out there, and if I'm you and I'm trying to lay claim to this land, you might want to worry about those things too.
Are kobolds a playable race in... Did I just insult like somebody's PC somewhere out there?
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Kobolds are.
No,
Although I will tell you that
kobolds are terrible. Sorry.
Well, the truth is that when this module was first written, kobolds weren't, a playable race at all, and were a lot more unidimensional, monodimensional. What's the word? One-dimensional.
Yeah, there we go.
They were presented a lot more one-dimensionally, 10 years ago or whenever this was written. Now, just behind the scenes, the sort of the re-release of this module has taken steps to address some of that stuff, but still, apparently there is just a bunch of kobolds out there.
It'd be a tough
trouble.
module to play a kobold in this, I'm assuming.
I imagine it might be, yeah.
Well,
Kesten would be like, oh, there's one. Kill him. Rob,
Turn that
Bob,
quest
and Todd. Jim Bob, get him.
So what does the party think about instead of going straight down to the Tuskwater to confront the Stag Lord, like doing some circles, like doing some patrol circles and slowly getting closer to see if we can kind of clear some of this stuff out and metagaming wise gain some experience?
Someone here's thinking.
Yeah, Bashk is definitely pointing towards we need to go, but he knows that he's not going to be able to do this by himself, so he will go along with the group and not push terribly hard, but he's definitely going to try to kind of get us that way.
Well, yeah, and Sirio kind of asked Kesten or Kesten.
That's Kesten.
Okay.
Wow. Kesten's a dick.
Does he have a name tag? He strikes me as somebody who'd like have a name tag on his suit.
His wife's name Karen? Kesten and Karen?
When you mention Kesten's wife, he kind of goes, oh, no, I'm single. Big surprise.
But yeah, I asked him kind of what's the bigger threat, these kobolds or the Stag Lord and his bandits?
These other creatures are too. I think you've got to take them all one at a time.
That's the perfect political answer to way to not answer anything.
That was. He's
That's
very
pretty
helpful.
good.
Thank you.
Very, very helpful.
Thank you. I do this for a living, right?
Mike's getting an early start on his career.
I think the other thing that we can ask Oleg here, if we're done getting nothing from Kesten, if he's got, I know it's trade post, does he have any goods or things that we can
I would like
shop?
to buy some poison before I leave.
Poison.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like-
Oleg has level 1 items in stock, and you can sell back to him if you have anything, that you need to change out.
I cashed out all the gear that we had. And if anyone buys anything, just after off air, just send me a list of it and I'll deduct.
Perfect.
You don't have to give me the price. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Oleg's like, oh, well, and by the way, we haven't really talked about Oleg yet, but he separately, while you're spending time here, will approach, a few of you, and he'll just offer his hand. Now, for the first time, and he'll just say, "I owe you. Thank you so much for what you done here. We're feeling way better about being here, and we just really appreciate it." And he'll do a 10% discount for the balance of the game for you. And so factor that in. And he, he's just like, he's way happier. Everyone's a lot more relaxed. There's these guards here now, and Oleg's like, I like the look of them, and I'm happy that they're here, but they're not. I don't know how they would have fared against all those bandits.
Funny how a huge slaughter in this fort has lightened the mood of everyone. It's awesome. We did a good thing, guys.
Yay.
Cool.
Where can I find poisons at? I can't find them in
they're alchemical items. Here they go. Alchemical items are listed on Core Rule Book 543, and you can buy arsenic and giant centipede venom. He has both in stock. He's like, yeah, I make arsenic. I have it here.
You should buy both and mix them together and see what happens.
Side eye the pie we ate.
Yeah, there's an alchemist that'll come through here. And in fact, Oleg will tell you, Boken brings those. He's
Boken's potions.
Boken, yeah. He's kind of a hermit. He kind of lives around here somewhere.
What time of day is it? Did we roll in here in the morning?
Yeah, it's probably 1 in the afternoon now. I mean, at this point, it's probably too late to do any traveling.
Okay. I'd say we just buckle down for the day. Yeah.
Yep. Get a good night's rest.
Yeah, so I guess the remainder of the day will help out Oleg with any more repairs, because when we first got to the trading post, this place it's kind of a mess.
So, Brad, I'm going to get a giant centipede venom.
Just one?
I'm going to get 2. So it's 8 gold pieces.
There you go. 8 gold pieces. Okay, giant.
And so, by the way, you found some stuff at the camp that probably was Oleg's. I mean, I imagine, he probably doesn't assume you're selling that back to him.
No, we'll just give it back.
He has furs and all that stuff or whatever that was.
Oh, yeah, the furs.
Yeah, so you might need to take a look at that.
I didn't I didn't even put that on the inventory. I just figured we'd return it. But like just the weapons and armor.
It's just going to ride around on the trolley.
Dude, that first night when it rained, we probably should have pulled all those furs out and covered ourselves.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Ruin them.
Yeah, I should have relaxed before the thunderstorm.
So is Oleg and
Yes.
yeah. So Oleg and other people are kind of unloading this gear from the trolley, and then he looks at all the alcohol.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Oleg is like, "The hell? What is all this?"
You tell
booze.
me. I don't think we knew like what it was. We can't drink it. Like it's super powerful, right?
Oh yeah, no. And he kind of pops a cork on one of these bottles and he wafts it toward him. He's like, "My gosh, I don't know where this came from. That's crazy."
God damn it, Mabel. Why don't you? Yeah, she should have told us this stuff already. So we'll drag her over. Show her the alcohol.
She's like, "Hey," she's like, "Get off me. Get off."
What is it?
What is it? She just goes, "It's for him. He needs shipments. The Stag Lord. We deliver alcohol to him."
Oh, Jesus.
So
You can
this
handle
is
this?
like this is his.
Okay, so how many pendants do we have?
We had 10.
Do we have enough for each of us to... I'm thinking maybe
We disguise ourselves.
all of us or a couple of us potentially pose as bandits with a liquor delivery for
and some skins, some furs.
our Lord of
I
Stag.
like this. I like this a lot, except for the fact I don't know how you hide a fucking robot person.
Not to mention your
mechanical
Eruxy.
Right.
Yeah, well,
I guess maybe the two of you guys are prisoners or something. The Eruxy's a prisoner.
They're carrying the
he's like
liquor
the Chewbacca
and
of the Death Star raid.
I like the idea, though.
I could try solo. We'll see what happens when we get there.
Or you know what?
But I say we hold on to the liquor.
Why don't we
Don't drink it.
or we poison it?
Oh,
Yeah, good point.
I
Does
just
he-
want
Some
poison.
centipede with some arsenic.
Well-
We're gonna need some more of that stuff.
Let's buy
say
2
it's
bottles of
arsenic.
arsenic too.
Yeah.
Just to have
Oleg's
on,
like-
just to have on us.
Oleg's like, "Fuck it, boys. I'll just give it to you."
All right, Brad, arsenic and
So how would we get this liquor to him?
Well, we have a truck.
Well, I know, but do we bring it back to the camp, leave it there?
Well, no. If we're gonna pose as the bandits that stole it for him, then we should just roll up with
I don't know if that works because
may-
2 of our party can't.
Mabel, who usually brings the liquor?
Mabel just is like, "Well, just any of his little satellite branches, basically. She explains, well, from time to time, bring a shipment of money and goods, but, and booze to him.
Here's kind of my thought of, like, if we can get it there without actually going there, like bring it back to the camp, leave it there. So a scout party will find it, bring it back to him while it's poisoned. We have a chance of him imbibing it and getting poisoned. So when we do encounter him, he's going to be weakened. That's kind of my thought. But
So you want to take the arsenic and put it in the liquor bottles?
oh yeah,
and hope
poison
for the best.
and just to get that chance that maybe he gets poisoned. So when we fight him, like, he's weakened. I don't know.
I guess we need to know a little bit more about arsenic and how long it lasts and everything.
Yeah.
And Sirio kind of pipes in. He's like, "Yeah, it's kind of like that landmine, Mitch. It's indiscriminate when you do that. You don't know who's going to come across it."
What landmine?
We had a landmine? What?
Yeah, that's valid. That's a good point.
Arsenic seems to last for 5 minutes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
if anyone were to drink it, I mean, it's excellent. It does sickened. It causes the sickened condition and poison damage, periodic poison
But it doesn't
damage.
last.
and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, but I
And-
think the combination of the medallions, we know the passcode,
Yeah. Right.
and we have a delivery. Yes, we have to figure out the Ruxy and the robot.
But is the
Not
Roxy
robot,
and
but
the robot...
suit of armor.
Is it? But are they that big of a deal?
Well, I
mean,
don't
this
know.
dude's got bandit camps out everywhere. He probably
Yeah.
doesn't know everybody.
Right, but an inventor kind of stands out. Like, I'm sure bandits aren't normally wearing suits of armor. I mean, I could take it off and, like, hide it in the wagon, but then I need 5 minutes to put it on if something happens.
I mean, that, or, I mean, you can do a disguise check.
Oh,
Put something
yeah.
over it.
That's valid. Yeah.
I mean, the truth is, it's just medium armor. I mean, we kind of hype it up.
Right.
How much it, how
I could
big
put
it
a
is.
cloak over it or some furs and look like a big
and
bulky
your
barbarian. or something.
your token leads us to believe that you look like an iron golem, which I love the token, by the way.
like
but,
a space marine looking. dude.
yeah, but it is
Right.
it is just like medium armor.
Okay.
So I almost kind of think of it as more like a harness or something, like chassis or something that you're using. But anyway, I digress. Interesting brainstorming. I mean, obviously, I can't comment one way or another, but it does seem like you're putting some pieces together.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's. I guess. I mean, I want some more of that pie, unless it's laced with arsenic.
With
got
Oleg's
arsenic.
love of arsenic, I'm a little worried.
Someone is like, well, now which one's the poison pie and which one's the... I can't remember.
Mitchell
I
out
always
there
keep a
just
poison pie here just in case.
Mitchell out there just dropping arsenic and everything, hoping for the best.
Mitch needs to read the Geneva Convention.
Mitch is like, go get in that pie, a landmine. Real good.
Don't knock it till you try it. Well, boys, what do you think about, like, the plan of, I like the sneak in there plan. I think we got to try that. I mean, I think it's just gonna be fun as hell, but I think we also should
and
go after some kobolds and
Yeah.
gremlins first.
we're going to be reconnoitering and kind of making more of a. We're not going to be doing a direct route down there. I envision us taking kind of a zigzag pattern, trying to map out and reconnoiter some of this area here.
See if we can't find any more of his
Both to
camps.
find the mitfits or whatever those gremlins were. Maybe some kobolds, or maybe whatever is out here in the Greenbelt. And I think probably we've got a lot of time to burn around the campfire when we're
Right.
camping. So
Yeah.
we can brainstorm more and hatch out a pretty solid plan, I think.
All right, so you bed down for the night in at Oleg's trading post in that little boarding house that he's got there. A bunch of bunk beds in there. All you guys can sleep in there.
We don't have to do watch, I'm assuming. We can have Bob, Rob, and Todd.
Ooh, who are we bringing with us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What NPC are you going to take? Oh, my. I'm so excited for this.
I was thinking about this today, and I wondered, like, if we should, like, roll for it. Like, because I can never make up my mind. Like,
Yeah,
randomly.
it doesn't affect me either way which one we bring.
As long as it's not harem. He
God,
is
that's a good
way too depressing.
Mike,
He's like an Eeyore and a cloud follows him.
Which voice do you hate doing the most?
Which voice do I hate doing the most?
Yeah.
Amiri. I can't find Amiri at all. Valerie doesn't even have one. She just talks like a person.
She talks like a dude.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Hey. Valerie.
I like the roll idea. Let's
roll.
Yeah, make it random. Let's make
So
it
there's 4 of them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, Mike, go ahead and assign numbers for each of them.
Okay. A 1 will be Lindsay. A 2 will be Amiri. 3 Valerie. 4 Harry.
Who's rolling?
Brad's rolling.
D4. Mike, you remember what those were?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 3.
I can't. Valerie. That was Valerie. I was about to forget.
I can't remember.
Valerie's like, all right.
All right, guys, let's get in the car.
All right, let's get in the car.
You should cut down to like a pack a day, Valerie.
What was who was 2
not good for you?
2 was Amiri.
Amiri, okay. And then Lindsay was 1, okay.
Yeah, Lindsay the Bard. Hey, we haven't talked a lot about Lindsay, but what I want to mention about her is that she takes meticulous notes of everything that happens. And she's got this huge book that she's writing in with this like quill ink pen. And she's just very observant. She's just always kind of there. Like you'll look over, she's in the corner of the room, just recording everything. And when asked about it, she'll tell you it's for the book. I'm writing about this.
So if we forget something, we can just ask her. Like, who did...
Sure.
Okay.
I suppose so.
Way to go, Mike.
You might make a bardic knowledge check.
Yeah, bardic knowledge, yeah. That's all right, guys. It is the next morning. Cue ambience. And, yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, well, I guess I should roll my dice, huh? It is a beautiful morning. It's partly cloudy. So do a partly cloudy ambience. And where do you go?
So we could continue going back toward the bandit camp through the forest again and maybe reconnoiter, or go southeast and hit up some places we haven't been yet.
Well, do you want to reconnoiter the 2 squares to the bandit camp since we didn't do it the first time? Establish.
I think so. That makes sense. Let's go back over where we were and reconnoiter and map all that out. Maybe and then we can always go off in a different direction if we want to.
Because at least we know there's a camp spot there.
That's a good point, yeah.
All right. So you head to the southeast, retracing your previous steps. Take 1 day to get out there, and 1 day to reconnoiter. Make a perception check, everybody, to resolve this reconnoiter.
Try put a 16 on the dice, plus 6 for a 22.
Natural 3 for a 10.
Got a 13.
You know, as you're searching through the forest, you know, you're cutting a wider circle now than you did before, you know, as you're directly moving through. And as you're searching this day, you do find something interesting here. You find a large patch of delicious moon radishes that's growing in an arrowhead-shaped clearing.
Oh. Everybody likes a nice moon radish.
Yeah, what can we roll? Is there anything special about those?
Make a nature check.
Nature.
Yeah, I was in a wave bash over and be like, hey, do you know anything about these?
Total of 14 is what Bashk rolled.
No, he doesn't.
Sure. So Bashk, you're approaching this arrowhead-shaped clearing. You're looking around at the radishes. You know that they're a component for, you know, cooking and everything, and that they're really good. And something's nagging at you a little bit. You're kind of thinking it through. You're like, radishes. God, I feel like I was just talking about something that's associated with these radishes. I'm not sure. You're walking through, and then the moment that your neurons in your brain make the connection, you look up almost comically and you see it. You realize kobolds, man, they fucking love moon radishes. And just like that, you see that there are 4 kobolds just lying on their backs in this clearing. Their stomachs are just distended, just full of radishes. And they appear to be sleeping, okay, in the middle of the day. They're just sleeping in this clearing. And you're like 15 feet away from them. What do you do?
Oh, no. I think I have to go off my previous comments.
That's 40 gold laying there.
Yeah. What's the group? I kind of look back at the group and kind of nod over, like, we want to kill some kobolds?
Siri's kind of looking around. He's like, I don't know what to do. So I'm going to flip a coin. I mean,
maybe do you think they'll surrender?
Yeah. I don't know. Did that sign say? I'm with the group. Did that sign say dead or alive or just dead?
That's a good question.
The sign said, dispose of the issue either peacefully or not. I mean, you can kill him or you can whatever you want to do.
Oh, well, if we can capture them and take them back,
Well,
we
if
got to
they're-
take them
if
back.
they're-
We do that.
I mean, we can try to snatch them since
Yeah,
they're
but what are we
sleeping.
going to do with them?
Tie him up, drag him
Put
back
them in
to
the
camp.
trolley.
Yeah.
If we bring them back to the camp, they're just going to kill them. What are they going to do? Hang on to them indefinitely?
I don't know. Maybe there's like a kobold rehabilitation camp somewhere. I can
Oh,
send
yeah,
them to.
here we
What
go.
crime
Here we
have they
go.
committed?
Right.
What have they
ate
done?
radishes. That's all they've done is filled their bellies, Bill.
They're just sleep. They're just fat and sleeping, Brad. We've all been there.
My vote is like to see if we can take them peacefully, or at least to like intimidate them, or like I don't know.
I'll follow the group no matter what.
Trying to look at lizard folk lore to see if they have like a kinship with kobolds. Yeah, I don't. So, I guess it's going to boil down to Bash. Does he see kobolds as intelligent creatures, or does he see them as like he sees them as intelligent creatures, right? These wouldn't be animals that he would be harming.
You know that there are kobolds that live in societies with humans and other people. Now, but you also know that kobolds can vary greatly, location to location, and and everything like that.
What language do they speak?
They can speak dragon, right, or whatever.
Yeah, they speak Draconic, and
yeah.
they can speak Common too. If they speak Common, they'll speak it.
Okay.
All right. So I think Bashka's going to actually, he's going to walk over. He's going to take the advice of Dry here, and he's actually going to wake the first one up and give them the option to move on out of this area.
So
and
you want to
just
role
take
play
off.
with the kobolds, and okay, let me see what I can do. All right, here I go. The kobold wakes up with a start, and quickly rolls over onto its stomach, and just vomits up bunch of radishes in fear, and then grabs his little spear, and he's like, stay back, stay, oh God. And then he starts beating on the heads of his three companions and waking them up, and they all kind of are all, again, just sort of very scared and freaked out, and they wake up and they kind of get themselves into a little circle, and they're like, get back, don't come any closer. And they kind of are moving as a little unit together, and one of them farts because it's funny, and that's what happens.
So I think Bash is going to just look at the first one and say we'll give you the option. You can leave peacefully or not. It's up to you.
No, this is our radish patch. This is ours. You leave.
Can I shoot an arrow into him?
Make an initiative roll.
Can they read? Can we show them the charter?
Well, we need to take it back over to Dry. Bill, are you shooting? Because if so, then that kicks it off.
I'm
my
not
friend.
shooting. I'm gonna knock an arrow though.
Okay.
Can I do an intimidation check and see if I can convince them?
Yeah, you want to coerce?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, go for it. You're basically like stand down.
Damn. Yeah, I've rolled a total of 9.
Okay. Yeah. No. They, and in fact, this becomes sort of a bit of a shouting match. I almost think they're just yelling at you guys. But again, they're outnumbered, right? They're just,
Well, I
guess they are by one. But yeah, they're just freaking out.
I don't know if it'll help, but Mitchell's going to kind of, charge his armor up. I'm assuming we're not in combat, so it's not a turn.
Yeah.
Walk up and in Draconic, just say, this is not your land. This is ours. You need to leave.
So this is all happening in Draconic. Okay, yeah, Syria has no idea what's going on.
So, yeah.
I do not understand any of this.
Dry's just reading the body language, so he's just ready.
I mean, I think they speak they've been speaking common, but Mitchell, as just kind of a sign of like, don't fuck with me, is just trying to use their language to...
Oh, okay, so they were speaking common before.
They were, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so to kind of support what Mitchell's saying, I'm going to try to use my my charisma to explain to them that, there's 5 of us now, but there are going to be way more coming. So you got to go.
So you're using intimidation to try to coerce these guys or something, or are you using diplomacy to try to make a request of them to like leave?
Diplomacy.
Okay. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the request action. Interesting.
And I guess I'll use my action as an aid then to...
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
I do not help. I'd probably...
It looks awesome, though.
Request. You make a request of a creature that's friendly or helpful to you. So these guys are not friendly or helpful. So you're stuck more in coerced territory with threats either veiled or overt. You attempt to bully a creature into doing what you want. You must spend at least 1 minute of conversation with a creature you can see and that can either see or sense you. At the end of the conversation, attempt an intimidation check against the target's will DC, modified by any circumstances that I determine, the GM. The attitudes referenced in the effects below are summarized in changing attitudes, blah, 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 whatever. So you're trying to convince them to leave by telling them, look, you're outnumbered, we're moving in, basically, right?
Yeah, and there's 5 of us now, but we have an entire nation of humans that we're going to populate, settle, and civilize this area.
And a Ruxy.
Oh, yeah. We get them too.
All right, man.
Plus
make
1.
Make the intimidation roll.
I got a 14 on the die, add 7, 21.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a success. You talk them down after a minute of discussing the situation with them, and they lower their spears, and they're just like very despondent, very sad, kind of childlike about it. I'm picturing kind of what my 3-year-old does when I make him do something that he doesn't want to do. I go,
Are they like kicking the radishes?
Yeah, they're kicking the radishes. They're kind of stomping on stuff. And they begin to move out into the forest. And one of them gives a look back to you like, we're not going to forget this. And they exit the immediate area.
Well, we didn't get any names or anything from them, but was there anything descriptive or unique about them that I may be able to recognize them if we cross paths again?
Kobolds come in all different colors, just like the dragons that they're related to. These ones have scales that are very, very much a dark gray, almost a jet black, but not quite.
But was one of them wearing a wedding ring?
You did not see a wedding ring on any of them.
Okay.
We worked really hard not to kill them. Good job, guys.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself and feel a little dirty at the same time.
We could have ended the episode with a big old combat, but instead you guys talked down some kobolds. I'm proud of you guys. You know what? After years of playing this stuff together, you can feel like you guys are growing a little bit.
Bashka's really grown since his trip from the trading post where he wanted to kill them all, too.
I love that we have this lizard folk druid that's like, fuck kobolds in particular. I do not like them. Yeah, man. So you see these, you've got this radish patch here. And in fact, I've put it on the map. I found a radish patch. Might this be a resource later? Who knows? Who can know?
Is this a special ingredient that we can use for some?
Is there a roll I can see? Do I know any recipes with radishes?
I think.
Does it go good with bugs?
You think it probably goes great with bugs because you like bugs. Yeah, you can pick them and acquire them. If you want to get a big old stack of moon radishes or whatever they are.
All right. Yeah, get me a bushel of moon radishes.
Yeah, man,
I don't know how
get
much
you
a
a
bushel
bushel.
is, but sure. Somebody's going to write it and tell us the bushel is way too much for us to carry radishes, but that's okay.
You proceed out of this hex. You proceed next into the hex containing the Thorn River Bandit Camp. Spend another day reconnoitering that. What you're able to find, in addition to, just the other features of the hex and mapping the hex, what you find are the Mitflit tracks that you observed earlier. And those tracks are leading to the southeast. What do you do?
I think we go southeast, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think Bashka's open to following those tracks, and let's see what those Mitflits are up to.
Yeah, and it's kind of in the general direction we need to go anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's turn this
that
truck
night passes
around.
without incident, as most of them will. And you proceed into you're following this river. So you're in this hex here. This is a you're back into kind of a plainsy area. Ooh, you know what? From a calendar perspective, it actually takes 2 travel activities to reconnoiter forest hexes. So,
My calendar.
yeah, upgrade the calendar or change the calendar accordingly. But in any event, you emerge out of the forest back into the plains area. You're following this river. It becomes apparent to you pretty soon that you're going to have to cross this river, and in fact, you find what appears to be a bridge that crosses the Thorn River. The Thorn River winds through a 20-foot deep gulch here, nestled between a pair of rocky hills, and an old wooden bridge spans the gulch, allowing passage over the river.
Is there a sign on the bridge that gives us a weight limit? So if we can take the trolley over it.
Valid. Bridge is probably not designed for trolleys.
Oh, the trolley. Oh, shit.
So this is like an all-terrain trolley, right? Have you forded rivers or streams before? Or like how deep and fast?
It's not like you're going to get anything in the carburetor.
Right. I mean, I'm going to say that it can make it, but I'm not going to be put on the spot and tell you how.
You're going to say
how wide is the crossing we have to go? You said it's like 20 foot deep?
Yeah, let me determine that.
Do you have any airbags on you, Brad? Can we float across?
Well, I was thinking we build a ramp and jump the goddamn thing.
I mean, I don't think it goes that fast.
Max speed of 4 miles an hour. That'll work.
So
we have to stop for 2 months and build a bridge.
This thing can't go across rivers. We're kind of fucked.
Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah. So the bridge is about 50 feet long, and it's nestled on 2 sides of this river. There's a 20-foot drop down to the water below. So there's sort of a cliff situation that you got going on here.
I say everybody gets out of the hoopty, and Brad drives it across.
I like it.
All right.
Well, before we do that, let's
Scout this bridge.
We should go across on foot.
Yeah, scout it.
Just to
I want to get to the middle and
see what's going on.
I can get behind that technique.
50-foot bridge.
And to see what's on the other side of the bridge.
All right, so you guys are all going to cross the bridge?
Yes.
Yeah.
On foot.
So everyone gets out of everyone's getting out
except
of the trolley. Mitch is
while we're doing our exploration activities.
Yeah, I'll walk with the crew and secure the other side, then go back and get the trolley if it's safe.
Okay.
If I can do any checks on the bridge as I cross to see if it
like engineering checks.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mitch, make that engineering check.
I don't actually have engineering. Would that be under crafting or is
you can make a crafting check.
Or driving, I suppose might be. It's 24 adjusted.
Okay. As you step 1 foot on the bridge, you notice that it creaks and strains alarmingly.
With my weight.
Yeah, just with, one weight alone, the weight of one person alone. And you realize, like, this thing is not in good shape at all.
Great.
Okay. Do I think that it would support the weight of one person at a time going across?
You think that it would support the weight of one person going across. You also think that the bridge could be repaired with about a day's work to be a lot more secure. Okay,
I'll pass this on to the crew and ask what their thoughts are. I don't think there's any way we get the steam trolley across, so...
You might have to leave it.
So I'll kind of I'm going to drive so we're in the plains right now?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. I like the idea of us crossing over one at a time because we have no idea what's on the other side of that bridge.
What time of day is it?
And
it's late afternoon.
Okay.
So the sun's out.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'd be better.
We can just continue down the river and see if we can find a better spot.
Sure.
Yeah.
You finish your exploration that day, having not located any other option of crossing the river but this bridge.
Well,
and so this would be if we wanted to go southwest?
Yeah, this would be basically crossing from the western side of this hex to the eastern side of the hex.
Okay. So we're on the west if we want to go east.
Well, I mean, I guess we can go southwest, right? We're on the western side of that river. So we go to the hex southwest of where we are?
Yeah. We could drive down there and then find out it's a rock face cliff wall. That the only way to go back is across the bridge.
I mean, I'd say we almost just burn the day and fix the bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to need it eventually,
Yep.
I think. I mean, we're going to need passage through here for trade and travel and everything else.
Yeah, might as well just start
Let's
now.
fix it.
Yeah.
And we'll just ditch the steam trolley here. I'll take the keys out, put some landmines around it.
Set the alarm.
What do we do to fix the bridge? Is that a series of crafting checks? Is it just we burn a day?
It's really just a travel activity. There's no roll that you need to make or pass to do it. So you guys go ahead and you bed down that night. And I need the watch order again.
I'll
Same
take.
as before.
Okay, that's fine. So
was
Bask
that?
is first. Bask, then Sirio, then Brad, then me, then Valerie, and then Brad.
Okay. It's Sirio. Again.
Again?
Again.
Nice.
Make the perception check, man.
I see everything. Oh, 17 plus 6, 23.
Okay.
You do see
You're up on
everything.
the lake. It's a clear night. It's nice, cool night. You know, you're listening to the crickets, cue ambience, and you begin to hear sort of movement in the tall grass to the west of you. You turn around that way, and there's this dark, hulking figure beginning to walk through the grass toward the steam trolley where your friends are. Make a nature check.
15 total.
You see it. You see what it is, and you know what it is. This is an owl bear. It is an angry owl bear. He's coming in toward the trolley. He's mad. You see his beak gleaming in the night, and we're gonna roll initiative checks, but we're gonna roll them next time, guys.
Oh my god.
What order we're going to die
What is
in?
this owl
Yay.
Thomas train?
Wow. Wow.
He doesn't say that. In fact, I probably can't even put that in the podcast.
I think
You
you
got to keep
should.
that.
Come on, Kanye. Let's get it done.
God damn it.